If you're a Christian with a desire for marriage, I know you don't just want to be married at any cost. Rather, you also want to submit to God's timing. You don't want to take matters into your own hands. You don't want to force a relationship that is not God's will, but you also don't want to be so passive that you might miss the relationship God does want for you. By studying Exodus chapter 2, verses 11 through 22, which is the passage of how God led Moses to his wife Zipporah, we can see at least 4 things God will lead you to do so you can submit to his timing for your future relationship. Also, if you haven't heard, I'm offering a brand new program at AGW University. In addition to all of my biblical relationship training courses that I've specifically designed for Christian singles who want to prepare their hearts for a healthy relationship, I'm also offering one-on-one coaching for everyone who enrolls before the August 31st deadline. In addition to the one-on-one live coaching, I'm also offering a year's worth of email coaching for ongoing support. Spots are filling up, and I've already begun coaching students. So, if you'd like my help in your season of singleness to best prepare your heart for marriage and to figure out what is the best path for you to move forward into God's will, click the link in the description of this video to learn more. Number 1, to submit to God's timing for your future marriage. You want to refine your passions for holy purposes. In Exodus 2, 11 through 15, we're told that Moses has grown up as Pharaoh's daughter's son, and yet he knows he's actually an Israelite. Moses is troubled by the slavery his people are experiencing. In a passion, he kills an Egyptian man who was abusing an Israelite. Pharaoh finds out, and Moses has to flee for his life. As he flees to the land of Midian, it was there that he met his wife, Zipporah. Just as Moses' story is unique on how he met his wife, so too will your story be unique. But what's often common in all of our stories when God is leading us to the person he wants us to marry is that we are not only learning to submit to God's will when it comes to relationships, but more than that, we're learning to submit to God's will for our purpose in whole, in our life in general. Because our life is obviously far more than just getting married. The most important part of life is glorifying God. He has a mission for each one of us. Thus, to submit to God's timing for your future marriage, you need to have your life in order, thus submitting to God's refinement of your purposes. Moses' heart was in the right place, but he was not ready to lead the people out of Egypt. God had to prepare him for that mission, and in that season of preparation, God then paired him with Zipporah. Likewise, God isn't going to make you wait to meet your future spouse for just some random reason. Rather, God's often using this season to refine your skills, to hone your mission, and to give you a greater ability to fulfill your life purpose rather than just being solely focused on a relationship. But when you do that and you're refined to the place where you're accomplishing the missions God has for you in singleness, oftentimes that's then when God pairs you with that partner you need for the missions he has for you then. Number 2, to submit to God's timing for your future marriage, you have to flee from the Egypt. While Egypt is a real place that Moses and the Israelites actually lived in the Bible, Egypt is also symbolically used to represent our old life of sin. Like the Israelites, who often longed to return to Egypt when they were rebelling against God in the 40 years of wandering in the wilderness, so too are there seasons of life where Christians are tempted to return to their old life of sin. Thus, before Moses was really ready for his mission and for his future marriage, God had him flee from Egypt. Symbolically, this is exactly what all of us need to do when God is preparing us for our missions and for our future marriage. What part of Egypt remains in your life? When you're using the present to root out those sins the Holy Spirit is convicting you of, you are simultaneously also submitting to the timing and will of God, which of course includes his will for your future marriage. Number 3, to submit to God's timing for your future marriage. Serve other singles as you have opportunities. Exodus 2:16-17. Now the priests of Midian had 7 daughters, and they came and drew water and filled the troughs to water their father's flock. The shepherds came and drove them away, but Moses stood up and saved them and watered their flock. Moses didn't know that this act of service would lead to his future marriage, but it makes sense that it did. Zipporah's father saw Moses' character, which then led to them wanting this union. I'm certainly not saying that you should serve other Christian singles just so that someone will be impressed with you and you can get a spouse. Rather, I'm saying that you should serve other singles as you have opportunities and as you are happy to do so, because that's the type of person God is making you into. And then when people see your genuine character, obviously this naturally attracts them to you, and it helps you find someone who also has genuine character that you can pair up with. So serving other singles has a dual benefit of developing your character, helping you be someone who doesn't have hidden motives, because obviously you're not going to marry all of these people you're serving. But in the process of serving these people, you end up making connections, showing your character, and it gives you a great opportunity to meet the right person God has for you. And number 4, to submit to God's timing for your future marriage. You want to live in a healthy community. Exodus 2:21, and Moses was content to dwell with the man, and he gave Moses his daughter, Zipporah. God didn't just send Moses out of Egypt alone. He gave him a new community. And out of that new community came God's divinely orchestrated timing for Moses' marriage to Zipporah. Likewise, don't try to do this alone. Usually the Lord will reveal the right person to you through being in the right community. And for those of you who would like specialized relationship training that goes much deeper than my weekly articles and videos, enrollment for AGW University is available until August 31st. And for the first time ever, I'm also offering one-on-one live coaching for anyone who would like my personal assistance on your journey towards marriage. In addition to all the courses and live coaching, you will also have a year's worth of email coaching with me for ongoing support. To learn more about everything that is included in this unique opportunity, feel free to click the link in the description of this video. I'm Mark from ApplyGodsWord.com. Until next time, God bless.